NFL free agency kicks off on Monday, and both the Giants and Jets will be looking to improve their rosters for the 2023 season. So let's talk about what both New York teams could do with New York Post NFL reporter. That is Ryan Dunleavy, who joins me now. Ryan, how's it going?
What's up, Dex? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Excited for this football free agency period to start. And Ryan, let's start with the Giants. We saw them bring back Sterling Shepard on a one-year deal and re-sign punter Jamie Gillian. Will Big Blue focus on their own free agents over outside options? And if they look outside the organization, who do you expect them to target?
Yeah, I think the always starts for with the Joe Shane Giants with in-house. So Julian Love, Darius Slayton are probably the two premium unsigned guys. I would expect maybe one of those two to be back, certainly not both. And then Nick Gates and John Feliciano, same kind of thing. I think one of the interior offensive linemen, probably Feliciano, because he's their guy, will be back. And then outside, I've heard a lot of buzz about TJ Edwards, the linebacker from the Eagles, doing a little division stealing. I think Giants will target one of the top 3 or 4 inside linebackers. Tremaine Edmonds is at the top there. I think the Giants will be priced out of him, even though Joe Shane and Dable are familiar with him from Buffalo. And then I've heard a lot of buzz about tight end. Again, I don't know that it'll be the top tight end, Dalton Schultz, but maybe the second, third, or fourth pass catcher. Maybe that's Irv Smith, Mike Gesicki, Robert Tunyon, somebody like that. I think inside linebacker and tight end are two positions the Giants will strike for, but I don't think they'll strike at the top of the market for either guy. Maybe that's second tier.
All right, keep an eye on what moves the Giants can make. As for the Jets, so much of the noise around this team is whether or not Aaron Rodgers will join the squad. Do the Jets need to resolve their starting QB situation before they can make any other moves? And other than QB, Ryan, what's Gangrene's biggest need in free agency?
It would be nice. It would be nice, Dex. It would be nice of Aaron Rodgers to let them know what their plan is, because they could lose Jimmy Garoppolo here at any point in the next 72 hours. That would be a plan B. They could, I guess, lose Lamar Jackson if some other team makes an offer sheet that he signs. That would obviously be a plan 1A. I mean, I could make a case I'd rather have Lamar Jackson than Aaron Rodgers. Doesn't seem like anybody else in the league feels that way, because they all feel like the Ravens are just using you to set up a deal with Lamar that they're going to match. But yeah, I mean, it would be nice if Aaron Rodgers let them know, because they need to have a quarterback plan and they need to know how much salary cap space they have to build around him. Obviously, you mentioned what other positions. Tackle, basically. Offensive line, center. There's guys out there, they're probably going to lose their center, Connor McGovern. Maybe they make a run at one of the guys I mentioned from the Giants, Feliciano or Gates, maybe Ben Jones from the Titans. And then tackles. I mean, there's probably not going to be the Jets' typical free agent spending flurry, because they're not going to have enough cap space as they wait around on Rodgers. So that they're probably out on the McGlinchey's and the Caleb McGarry's, the top tackles. But maybe they get a Jawan Taylor, or maybe they get an Andre Dillard, somebody like that. I think with their injury questions for Dwayne Brown, Mekhi Becton, and Max Mitchell, they definitely need to add depth there at starting caliber depth at tackle.
Yeah, definitely to shore up the tackle position. And I want to talk to you about Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, he's been linked to both New York teams. We know the Giants need to upgrade their wide receiving core. Do you see OBJ signing with either New York team?
Not if the Pro Football Talk report that he wants $20 million a year is true. I mean, he got $18 million a year from the Giants 5 years ago, and he scored 12 touchdowns since. I think he's had 5 injuries and 12 touchdowns since. So he needs to cut. If that report is true, he needs to be much more realistic on his price, not just for New York, but for everybody. Look, the possibility of him signing with the Giants, now that Sterling Shepard and Saquon Barkley, two of his absolute best friends, are back in the fold, it's certainly more possible than if either of those guys were gone. I wouldn't rule it out. I'd still put it at probably, I don't know, 10 to 20%. I still think the Cowboys or a team in California, or maybe even the Dolphins, is more likely than the Giants. But I would say the Giants is probably still more likely than the Jets. The Jets need receiver help. They'll probably release Corey Davis. They've already cut Braxton Berrios, but I don't think the receiver help is named Odell Beckham Jr.
All right, we will see what happens with OBJ. We will see what happens with both the Jets and the Giants in free agency. Ryan Dunleavy. He's going to be all over it, NFL reporter for the New York Post. Ryan, thank you for your time. I'm sure we will talk very soon.
Sounds good.